From apes to you, a story that took millions of years to tell. Hey there! Welcome to my channel. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about the vastness of space, or gazed at the stars and contemplated the mysteries of the universe? Our solar system is like a bustling neighborhood with 8 planets, each possessing its own unique charm. Today, we're taking a cosmic journey to explore them all. Picture this. The year is 2045. You're chilling at home when suddenly your virtual assistant chimes in. There's a holographic display screen that lets you choose from thousands of movies and shows, adjustable zero-gravity lounges, and even a VR room where you can immerse yourself in virtual adventures. Starting off, we have Sahelanthropus chidensis, one of the earliest known hominin species that walked the earth about 7 million years ago in what is now Chad. These hominins, particularly Australopithecus, lived between 3 and 4 million years ago and were more adept at walking upright. However, they were still very much tree climbers, with long arms and curved fingers. They mastered the use of fire, lived in groups, and made more advanced tools. Some scientists even believe that Homo erectus might have been the first to use human speech. Around this time, hominins started exploring beyond Africa, venturing into Asia and Europe. From humble beginnings to the dawn of civilization, it's a story that took millions of years to unfold. But hold on, because the story doesn't end there. They probably didn't use tools extensively and lived in social groups similar to modern apes. They were one of the first apes to walk upright, but it was a bit of a sidestep rather than an upright stroll. First up, if we all evolved from apes, why aren't we still swinging in trees? One popular theory revolves around the changing climate and the drying up of the African continent. Well, it's a bit of a loaded question, but many researchers point to our capacity for language as a defining characteristic. Language allows us to communicate complex ideas, pass down knowledge, and build social bonds in unprecedented ways. Human evolution is still unfolding before our eyes. Let's take a peek into the crystal ball and see what might lie ahead. It's the ability to digest milk as an adult, a trait that has evolved independently in different human populations due to the domestication of animals and the introduction of dairy products into their diets. At the dawn of civilization, the ability to digest lactose offered a valuable source of nutrition, and ultimately played a role in the survival and spread of certain human populations. Our brains are too. Researchers have noticed a gradual increase in brain size over the past few million years, allowing for enhanced cognitive abilities and complex thought processes. Who knows what other mental adaptations lie in our future? It's like having a digital superhighway for information, enabling us to collaborate, innovate, and create. This prompted our ancestors to venture out of the forests and into the open grasslands in search of new food sources. We've come a long way from our ape-like ancestors. Will we continue to adapt to our environment? Will technology play a role in shaping our evolution? Only time will tell. May it be filled with wonder, discovery, and endless curiosity. After all, we are the descendants of those who dared to dream beyond the trees and reach for the stars. Each step in our journey has been marked by incredible adaptations that have allowed us to survive and thrive in a constantly changing world. Smaller jaws became more energy efficient for grinding and chewing softer foods. Talk about a subtle yet significant adaptation. The future of human evolution will be shaped by a multitude of forces, both natural and man-made. For instance, as technology advances, we may face new challenges and opportunities that drive evolutionary change. Genetic engineering and the ability to manipulate our own DNA could lead to unprecedented adaptations. Walking upright freed up our hands for carrying infants and tools, enhancing our adaptability to these new. Well, It's like asking, why don't birds fly backwards? These missing pieces serve as reminders that evolution is a complex and gradual process that leaves behind a fragmented trail. It's like trying to piece together a puzzle with some key sections missing. While it's frustrating, it also keeps things interesting and drives scientists to keep searching for those elusive links in the chain. Evolution isn't a straight line. It's more like a bush with different branches representing different species. As hominins, we chose our path away from apes, specializing in walking upright on two legs instead of using all four. It's all about adapting to the environment, and natural selection favored the best strategies for survival. They were the first known toolmakers, crafting simple tools from stones. Their brains were larger, indicating a growing capacity for problem-solving and abstract thought. This marks the beginning of basic culture and the ability to pass down knowledge through generations. Some researchers believe it may have originated from a combination of factors, including the development of larger brain structures associated with language processing, the emergence of gestures and vocalizations, and the increasing complexity of our social interactions. Their brains were still pretty small, but significant changes were already underway. 1. From apes to humans, a cosmic tale of 6 million years. And Denisovans, both of whom had their own distinct characteristics and adaptations. We are characterized by a more complex brain structure, which likely enabled us to develop language, art, and more intricate culture. Eventually, Homo sapiens migrated across the globe, replacing other hominin species and becoming the dominant species on Earth. Our cognitive abilities allowed us to develop agriculture about 10,000 years ago, marking the beginning of civilization and eventually leading to the world we live in today. Neanderthals, with their robust build and stocky legs, were well suited for the colder climates of Europe and parts of Asia. They had a strong emphasis on hunting, and likely had complex social structures. Denisovans found in Siberia and Southeast Asia were shorter with longer limbs, possibly better adapted for life in warmer climates. Both Neanderthals and Denisovans practiced burial, suggesting an understanding of death and possibly even rituals. Intriguingly, they interbred with early Homo sapiens, and some of us still carry their DNA today, a testament to our shared past. With a speed of up to 16,000 kilometers per hour, the journey to Mars feels like a breeze. Scientists believe that during this era, a lineage split occurred, giving rise to two distinct paths. The great apes, including chimpanzees, bonobos and gorillas, and the other leading to humans. But why do we care about our ancient roots? Because it helps us understand what makes us us. Plus, unraveling our evolutionary story helps shed light on who we might become in the future. It's like looking at a family photo album, except instead of pictures of your relatives, it's fossils and DNA. And as you witness the breathtaking views of Earth receding into the distance, you realize that space travel has never been this thrilling and accessible. Hey, user! Your orbital express flight to Mars is ready for boarding. Intrigued, you step into your sleek silver pod. Within seconds, it shoots through your window. Before you know it, you're soaring through the cosmos towards the red planet. As you settle into your plush seat, you notice an array of cutting-edge tech around you. But let's get back to the amazing story of how we got here. All right. Rewind the clock by over 6 million years to a time when apes roamed the Earth. Now, let's embark on a whirlwind tour of human evolution, hitting the highlights along the way. Fast forward to the rise of us, which includes the famous Lucienter Homo habilis, aptly named Handyman, who emerged around 2.4 million years ago. Next, we meet Homo erectus, the great migrator, who appeared around 1.8 million years ago. But they weren't alone in this journey. Along the way, they coexisted with other hominin species like the Neanderthals, And then there's Homo sapiens, our species, which appeared about 300,000 years ago in Africa. So there you have it, a brief glimpse into the epic journey of human evolution. 3. Are we really all bananas? Unpacking the big questions in human evolution. Alright, let's dig into some of the big questions surrounding human evolution. Speaking of adaptations, why did humans start walking upright in the first place? You know those gaps in the fossil record that leave us scratching our heads? Yeah, we've got to talk about them. What about the mysterious origins of human speech? No one knows exactly how or why it evolved. Alright, let's turn the tables. What makes us uniquely human? 5. The next chapter, how will we evolve in the future? So we've come a long way from our ape-like ancestors, but the story doesn't end here. For starters, consider this. Our bodies and brains are still going through changes. Take lactose tolerance, for instance. Then there's our shrinking jaw size. It turns out that as our diet shifted from hard uncooked foods to softer cooked meals, our jaw muscles underwent a change. And it's not just our bodies that are evolving. But here's the kicker. Evolution isn't a fixed path. It's a branching process influenced by countless factors, from genetic mutations to environmental changes. So while we can't predict the specifics of our future evolution, one thing is clear. The story of human life is still being written, and we have the power to influence its direction. Final thoughts? A never-ending journey. Our evolutionary journey began millions of years ago. As we look to the future, we can marvel at the possibilities that lie ahead. So here's to the next chapter in the story of human life.